I vote.
I vote.
I vote.
I vote.
I vote because my life depends on it. Without my vote, I have no voice about the things that matter to me the most. Education, healthcare, and overall quality of life for me and my family drives me to stroll to the polls to cast my vote.
I vote because it's the right and responsible thing to do. I want to ensure there are leaders in government that have my best interests and the best interests of our territory at heart. I would be doing a great disservice if I didn't vote because my forefathers struggled and fought for that right. That's why I vote.
I vote for a better Virgin Islands.
I vote because it's my constitutional right. My forefathers before me sacrificed, so I can be afforded that right. Do the right thing.
I vote.
I vote.
I vote. I vote.
Welcome back to another episode of For the Record. I am Bruce Phaire, and here with me I have Miss Marilyn Aisha Hodge. Welcome.
Thank you.
You're seeking a seat in the St. Croix district of the 35th Legislature of the Virgin Islands. For those that might not know, who is Miss Marilyn Aisha Hodge?
Well, my name is Marilyn Aisha Hodge, and I was born on St. Thomas, the Virgin Island, to the parents of Hugo Hodge and Gejelmina Martinez Guadalupe.
Okay.
I'm a person that raised in the community housing community, Ravdi Shabbat community, and also Mali housing community. I attended the adult continuing education in St. Croix in Christian State up here.
Okay.
And I also was employed with the United States Postal Service in 1994. I had a career of 27 years,
okay,
and I retired now. Yeah, okay. And I also am an activist. I'm not just someone sitting on the side. I'm an activist. I'm the founder of the Loved Ones Are Alive in Our Hearts. And I also am the founder of the Show Me Your Talent show. This is dealing with the children.
Nice.
Yes, and I also the one that sponsored the Beautiful Aisha History Quiz and the radio show. Mm-hmm. And I also was the one that hold the Mario Moorhead Community Book Reading.
Okay.
And many more activities that I'm taking part in the community.
Nice. I could see it in your face that it just makes you excited when you talk about it. So, why are you vying for a seat in the 35th Legislature of the Virgin Islands?
Because, first of all, this is my home. Mm-hmm. I was raised here. This is St. Croix, and this is my home. And it's a shame to see how St. Croix look.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a politician, but to the fact that how St. Croix look, how it is deteriorating.
Yeah.
It gone from bad to worse, and it's like nobody's accountable for it, you know. And I was saying that I vying to have a seat in the 35th legislature, and I'm lucky I could see how I could make a difference in taking part in helping the island to lift and become a better place for all of us to live in.
Nice. So what values would you bring to the 35th legislature?
Well, the value that I will bring the 35th legislature is I will be focusing on reapportionment.
Okay.
It is not fair to me. It is not fair to where they take 3 islands and make it into 2 districts. To me, I will be pushing for reapportionment to reapportion the territory, mm-hmm, you know, have it in district senators and, mm-hmm, at-large senators, which we have 15 members in the legislators, and I would like to reapportion it to where we will have 9 district senators.
Okay.
and 6 at-large senators. Each of the district senator will have its own district, to where that district that senator represent, he will be accountable for that district. And in that district is where that senator will be campaigning in, and that's where they will get the vote from.
Okay.
You know, and for each at-large senators, they will be assigned with, each one will have a standing committee. And that standing committee will be where they will be accountable territory-wise of that standing committee that they will be assigned with.
Okay. So, using 3 words, tell us how persons will describe you.
They would describe me as I'm very passionate woman. I care a lot for the island. I love the children. I'm very, that's true. And I'm very concerned about the crime.
Okay.
Sorry.
So that's not a problem. So what do you feel are the top 3 issues facing the Virgin Islands then?
Number 1 is crime. For sure. Number 2 is the healthcare, the hospital.
Yeah.
And number 3 is the school.
Okay. So we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of this discussion right now. And you did mention your top 3 things, which is crime, healthcare, and education. So we're going to go in that order. The first one is crime. Crime in the territory fluctuates. There's an often uptake and then a downward slide. What do you think are 2 contributing factors to the uptake in crime, and how can those factors mentioned be addressed?
Okay, well, the crime rate is increasing.
Right.
Matter of fact, it was said week by week or day by day. Just you can't say, keep up to the rate how we climbing. And I think with that day we have to deal with our children, pay more attention to the children them, you know, and we have to find ways to where we could communicate with the children them and let them know the damage and how much hurt crime give to loved ones. From a small age, we need to do that to the children so they can know and learn. And plus also, I feel that we need to teach the children them how to know where they came from, who they are, and how to love themselves. So by loving themselves, they could love each other and know that each other is loved ones just like them are loved ones, you know, to keep them from willing to and wanting to kill, and, you know, promote love in each other, learn to love each other.
Right.
You know?
I see that. What practical suggestions do you have for police recruitment in the territory?
Well, for right now, the police recruit, I think that the police them need to be more in the community more. If not working, drive by, communicate with the community, the people them in the community,
Right.
and
So be involved with the community.
be more involved with the community, so they could be the community could trust them to let them know things and talk to them and whatnot.
Right.
You know?
Okay. So I'm going to move on to the next topic that you said was your top 3, which is healthcare and human services. What is your opinion on the current state of healthcare in the territory, and what specifically would you do to address the current state of healthcare?
Okay, with the healthcare, I find that it was being neglected. It being neglected. That's my number 1. I think that especially with the hospital, the hospital has been neglected to where lack of maintenance. You know, they have so many molds, they have electrician problem, they have plumbing problem, and it's all because of the fact that lack of maintenance. Yes, and not only maintain the school when you know school is in session.
Right.
During the summertime, maintain it, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think that that's the problem with our school, is lack of maintenance.
As well as the healthcare system.
And the healthcare system, yes.
what is your position on mental health services in the Virgin Islands? Do you think that's something that we are doing really well on, or we need to grow on that?
Well, we need to do more. We're doing, but we need to do more. We need to give more attention to the mental patient then, because it's sad to see how they are, and we are all a family to one. Someone of them is our family,
Right.
And I think that we need to like give them more attention. You know, more centers that way they could go and have clothing, food, and whatnot. You know, but I think that we need to more pay attention to them and care more about our mental health people on the street.
Right. So then I'm going to move on to your third one, public education. What is your opinion on the current state of public education in the territory, and how specifically would you address it?
Well, the public education, first of all, the children them need to learn the history. There's no history in the school right now at this present time, and I think that that's the first part of the schooling. Know who they are, where they came from, and then who they are. You know, and they don't have that. So the children them do not have that much of a self-esteem to believe in itself and to love one another, knowing that where they came from, who they are. You know, and the curriculum also. I think they should have standard curriculum, which is a curriculum for the first, the Head Start, and then the middle one, and then the junior high. Things like that is what I think that they need to have in the school to make it a better place for the children, you know, so they could learn better and more comfortable.
Identify one strength and one weakness of the public school education system, and expound on how we can build and improve on the strength and the weakness.
Okay, like I said before, first of all, they need to hire more teachers.
Okay.
And they need to pay them
properly,
better, you know, and they need to have more ways of how the children them could learn more. I don't think they have so many things in this public school that the children them need to get a better, to be on a better standard in learning and to be better in graduating. And I also think that they should have trading skills, you know, children. So for them to graduate from school, they should be able to have
a vocational trade.
Yes, a trade, you know, so they could that could help them in the future after they leave the school.
Okay. So what programs would you legislate for training, career and technical education, and employment opportunities for those youth?
Okay, I would first of all I would have plumbing, if that's what you're trying to say. Plumbing is one. Mechanic, maybe have mechanic in the school. Home ec. I think the children them need to know about home ec. They need to know how to and this is something else that I would like them to do in the school, is to have classes to where you could teach children how to be caregivers. Because that is something, with my experience in my life, I had bad experience with finding caregiver for my mother because they don't have much, or they don't have any that I know of on the island, and teach them more to be more classes of being nurses and teachers, you know, because I think them is thing that we need here, where we don't have to go off island or go in the States to bring down them kind of people down here to teach or have the jobs them over here that our children them here could have.
I agree. You're so right about that. I'm going to move on to agriculture now. The agriculture industry of the Virgin Islands has not seen its fullest potential. Yet every election year, agriculture is part of many platforms. How can you move agriculture from a talking point to a lucrative stake in the ground?
Okay, agriculture is, as you say, it's always something that you don't hear everybody mentioning, you know. I think that agriculture should be somewhere, it should be one of our biggest
trees.
In the Virgin Islands, because that's where we could feed ourselves. You know, self-sufficiency, we could get that self-sufficiency through agriculture. We could feed ourselves, we could produce and plant product that we could even ship off island, you know, and it could be more, people could be able to afford to buy the kind of food that we have on the island more than how expensive, like the way it is right now.
Because that would cut the cost down drastically if we have our homegrown products.
Big time. I mean, people will be more healthier. You know,
that too.
the health part will be more better than how it is now because of all the chemical and all them, yes, that is going on right now in the food that we are receiving from our island.
Right. With that being said, please explain your marketing plan for the local sale of agricultural products in the territory.
In marketing?
Yeah.
Well,
what would you do differently with our local sales in the territory?
With the agriculture,
yeah.
Well, I would like to be able to plant crops, like for instance, like corn, you know, tomato, and have livestock enough that way we could produce those stuff to the store them, or if anything, we could have them sent to our island to where we could receive funds, you know. There's a lot of ways that way we could be better in agriculture than what they're doing right now, and they need to focus more and have that as one of our priority, because that is where we get our food, our nutrition and everything from agriculture, you know, and we have good soil here.
We definitely do. We definitely do. Well, I can move on to economic and small business development. What are two untapped economic development opportunities that you feel are underdeveloped, and what is your plan to contribute to development of these industries? So what are two things that we are lacking that you think that would be beneficial to us in the small business world?
The lackness of what we lacking of, and then I think that we are lacking of with let me think on one day.
No problem.
Yeah. The economy. We are lacking with so many things. I can't remember. We need to just learn how to do for ourselves to make the economy work for us.
Right.
We need to plant. That, to me, that's the part we call the economic raise. We need to plant food. We need to do things that we're right here. We could do good for our people on the island and make it easier.
So as your suggestion about planting as one of the developments, what kind of support do you feel is lacking for that in the territory, and what measures can you implement to address this matter?
Well, to me, we have no kind of support. I don't think we have that. Everybody's for themselves. All the farmers, them, and everybody who doing the planting is on their own, you know. They need to make it, we need to have it as a priority to where we give the farmers the equipments, and make it into have more like a homestead situation to where the person could live in the place to where they farming.
And they could grow.
They could grow the food, and while they live in there as homesteading, you know, and have it to where you know, I find that homesteading would be a good thing too for helping the farmers more than just then the hot sun farming and then not getting nothing out of that.
Right.
You know, they need to pay more attention and make sure that the farmers them have what all they need, because like I said before, eating the proper and the right food is where we will stay healthy. You know.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go into good governance, and I just wanted to know, what does good governance mean to you, and how have you contributed to this idea in the territory?
Well, the good governance. Okay, the good governance is how you deal with how you manage the place, and I don't think it good right now because first of all, in the community, people ain't happy. People ain't like the way how they live in. We live in, first of all, you know. The head person that is accountable and responsible to take care of the people in the community or the nation, I don't think they're doing a good job. You know, I think that we should have a lot of town hall meetings, and not because you're in that position there that you like know the people them that put you there.
Right.
Have town hall meeting and find out, talk to the people them and find out where you can make the place better.
Right.
You know what you could do to make it better, how they could help, have idea, let it give you idea of how things could get better. You know, in you helping and you managing the community. Have town hall meeting and find out how the people them again how what affecting us and how we think could make the place a better place. You know?
Well said. Well, we are going to take a break right now, and when we come back, we're going to go after leadership continuity.
Hi, I'm Sherida Soul. I am here at Miss Naturalista. I am here on the Big Island of St. Croix. Not the first time, but my first time here at Miss Naturalista. They have been in business for 10 years. They sell everything, and I can't wait to see what they have.
Hi, welcome to Miss Naturalista.
Even though I personally don't have locks and I'm a loose natural, I know sometimes people with locks can feel overlooked in the hustle and bustle that is the natural hair community. So the fact that this store has products for people with locks is beautiful to me. Wow, it's an entire DIY section. A hot head. I tell you, this place has everything. I love using my hot head for my pre-poo. If you don't know what a pre-poo is, it's basically just throwing conditioner on your hair before you shampoo or do a co-wash. Just gets it nice and warm with this. It deeply penetrates into your hair strands. It gives you the conditioning that you need. I love it. I love using this for that, and I highly recommend it. And it's right here at Miss Naturalista.
We've been together for some time now, soon to be married. I think we're ready for a family of our own.
I knew that when I proposed that she'd be ready for us to have a child, but knowing that I carry the sickle cell trait, I may have a few questions that I need answered first.
Sickle cell disease is an inherited red blood cell disorder in which the red blood cells are abnormal. As a result, there aren't enough healthy red blood cells to carry oxygen throughout the body. Having sickle cell disease doesn't mean it's the end. Learn ways to manage your sickle cell disease. First, know your status by getting tested. Do you carry the sickle cell trait or genes? If you do, then follow the regimen advised by your clinical professional and practice a healthy lifestyle. You can live well as a sickle cell patient.
We were nervous at first, but now knowing our status, carrier and non-carrier,
Now we can finally have a family of our own.
sickle cell didn't stop us.
And it shouldn't stop you.
So we're back, and we're going to continue on with leadership continuity. How can we as a government prevent brain drain in the Virgin Islands?
Okay, what we could do with that is to keep our people on the island. We need to create more jobs.
Right.
We need to create more jobs with good training and well paid.
Right.
And when they are qualified, not say you're overqualified, you know, and to keep them here, I think we need to have more jobs. There's no job here in the Virgin Islands, you know, that's number one. Everybody have to leave. And I think they need to create more jobs so that after the children them graduated from school, they could stay right here and support the same place where they was taught in school. So I think that that's what need to happen. They need to have more jobs for people.
Well put, very well put. So we're getting ready to close, and in that, why should the people of the Virgin Islands vote for you?
Well, I think I stand a chance. I also are feeling all the pain, and I'm living in the environment. I'm also one that is suffering.
Right.
And I think I could do better because the place need to get better. They need to get better, and I think by giving me a chance, I think I will be one of those that could do better for this island and make it a better place, because I know St. Croix all my life, and this is the worst I ever seen So by I being elected, I think I will be able to, I would try and I will be willing to help bring back St. Croix the way it used to be. Because this is my home.
Right.
Here is where I live.
Right. Right. Well, thank you so much for your time, Miss Marilyn Aisha Hodge. It's been a pleasure being able to sit here and just have this wonderful discussion with you. And I hope that you are successful in your endeavor. So for here, at us for the record, we're signing off for now. Thank you for joining us.
I vote.
I vote.
I vote.
I vote.
I vote.
I vote because I care too much about these great Virgin Islands to leave it in the hands of just anyone. My vote is my choice and my voice.
I vote because I want someone in office who shares my perspective on the issues.
I vote because I believe in the democratic process and I want my voice to be heard.
I vote for a better tomorrow.
I vote because I refuse to remain silent on critical issues that affect us as Virgin Islanders. I truly believe it is through voting that we can effectuate the changes necessary in the Virgin Islands that will guide us through prosperity.
I vote.
I vote.
I vote.
I vote.
I vote.